Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dick back here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast post mother humping game with a crazy game. I don't even know what like, dude, this game had so many different things go on in it. Joey Shakes, what is going on? My man, how are you?
Good, man. We're just going to go over what has happened in this game. And a game that we went through tonight, didn't think was going to look like the way it was going to look like, or things were trending in the right direction, but definitely a lot to talk about, no doubt. There's a lot of deep cover to this, no doubt.
Man, there's a lot of stuff. Ian 890, what's going on, my man? Jerome Clark, thank you guys for being here. Splenda, Logan Motorsports, Young Boy Majesty. Thank you guys so much. Everybody that's here and that's just tuning in right now. Zay Boogeyman, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. This game should not even be close if for Nick and the rest. Yeah. No, this game had like everything in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
DH Eagle, what's going on? Officially done with Nick. Never been so pissed after a win. Yeah, so listen, there's going to be all week to complain about this stuff, but yeah, it's like, I don't know how else to say it, but it's like, I've said it, we have said it, this team wins in spite of their coaching. They don't win because of their coaching. They win in spite of their coaching. And the talent, once again, bailed out Nick Sirianni today. That's the only way I can say it, because he put them in positions that just didn't make any sense. And it's just like, I don't know if it was because it was Doug on the other side of the field, but just not smart football at times.
Yeah, down and distance play calling, situational play calling. Nick just can't help himself. Like the last couple of weeks, he's been like very not, making too many these decisions on third down, fourth down. But man, it was just getting to a point where you're up 22-0, and when things start to happen, those points are starting to really curse us at the end of this game. And the fourth and inches, just so many plays, man, where it was really bad.
It was. Chris Melick, thank you for super chat. Goes eggnog time. Yeah, it is about that time. No, dude, talk about turn up your volume possibly if you could. Bubba says, how the F you get 3 turnovers and you only win by 5 because our coach has no feel for the game. Yeah, I mean, that's what I see. Like, he doesn't seem like he has a feel like, all right, like, you can, even as a person watching, you get a feel like, all right, you got to kick a field goal here. They're not going to get this if they go for this right here. Like, there's no feel, it seems like. And so it's very robotic, and like, I didn't understand some of the things that Nick, some of the decisions he made, like in terms of, you keep going for twos and you keep not getting them. And then there's, I think, twice where they could have kicked field goals and they went for it on fourth and didn't get it. It's like at some point you it's okay to take the points early. It's okay to build up a lead, Yeah, but don't want to.
And the push is just, the push is just one of those plays where I think it's overly played out now. I just think they run it too much. I think it's one of the biggest cop-out plays that works some of the time. And I think it's, it could mess up with injury. I think guys can get injured from it. It just hasn't been the same. I just think it's one of those plays that's overused that they need to stop doing,
Yeah. Darth Ravens, a member for 1 month. Thank you so much. Saquon is my player of the game, then Dean. Saquon. Dude, all I gotta say is that play where he jumps in the air backwards over a dude backwards was one of the most sickest things I've ever seen. Really, like to me, it reminded me, and I know they're going to be bringing this up. I know it's going to come up this week, but it was shades of Randall Cunningham versus the Buffalo Bills, where he makes a play where he sees Bruce Smith coming from behind him, and he's not even looking at him. It was shades of that. I thought it was one of the most amazing plays I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, making one guy miss and spinning and then really just jumping backwards. I mean, that's just the highlight of what Saquon can do. It's just you really needed him in this game. I mean, you really did. He had a great game. He had a couple touchdowns today. But, because really when you started this game, even like after, even like the special teams turnover, even before that, when the Eagles were kind of going downfield a little bit, there was I think it was a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and 2. It was a 3rd and 2, I think. And, Barkley comes out, Gainwell comes in. Gainwell runs up the middle and hits a wall and just falls down. Like, Gainwell didn't do anything. I mean, he had maybe a couple first downs, but he did nothing today. Nothing.
Yeah.
No Shipley.
I think it's time to let Shipley try to get some carries over him. Like, seriously, it's just time. Mark Holmes in a turtleneck. Thank you for Super Chat. Goes, that hurdle was insane. I almost shat myself. It was crazy, dude. It was something else. T.L. Hopkins, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Nick was calling plays just to put his hand in the pot. Yeah, it's crazy. I think Nick looked at this game and said, wow, look at the matchup. We're going against a secondary who's been really, really bad. We're going to get to do everything I like to do all the time. Let me have some control, and that was kind of what they did. And it didn't work. I don't know what it is with this dude. I think he should just keep cutting and keep his hair shaved. Don't grow it back. Keep it shaved.
Keep it shaved. Yeah.
I think he gets dumber the longer it gets. Danito, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Nick shouldn't be fired, but definitely restrained. Yeah. I mean, I just wonder, like, what, like when he goes over that, is he going to make any changes the next game? Like, I'm not saying don't be aggressive, right? Like, I talked about this in my stream. Like, it's okay to be aggressive, but don't be stupid. And there's a difference. And at times I thought he was stupid today with trying. I mean, look, you took 8 points off the board. I mean, that's crazy to me. You have a chance to make it a 2-score game late in the fourth quarter, and you go for it, and you don't get it. And you put what's his face, Jake Elliott, in a position where he has to make a 57-yard field goal. His first kick all day is a 57-yarder, and it's like, it's just a tough position to be in. And thank God Nakobe Dean bailed us out, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, linebackers were fantastic. Zach Vaughn, his pick, and had a deflection in coverage. He had a Pro Bowl day today. I mean, Zach Vaughn, sign that man ASAP, bro. Like, he's fantastic. Dean was good in coverage today. I think this is one of his games where he actually looked really good in coverage and looks great, man. I mean, linebackers, I have nothing to complain about.
Game. Still would have been nice to have a closer, though, on that last drive. Right? Where's your Hassan Reddick, right? That's what you miss at that point in time. Brandon Perez, thank you for Super Chat. Any word on Brown's injury I missed? Is he good? I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. It's probably something we're going to hear about. I mean, the way he was walking into the locker room, it didn't look like it, like he wasn't putting weight on it or anything. No. Yeah. Dylan Jordan, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, that fumble call was the second worst call I've ever seen in a game against Dallas, where they fumbled in the kickoff return and tried to say there was no clear recovery. This was almost as bad. Yeah, there's no clear recovery, and the guy's sitting there out of the pile holding up the ball. Yeah, this was crazy. I thought there were 2 really bad calls by the officials. I don't know how you get the replay wrong on both these. The 2-point conversion where Jalen clearly crosses the plane. Like, he's clearly crossing the plane. And it's like, even the guys, the guy who comes on and tells you, what he thinks, he's like, yeah, they're going to reverse this. Then he didn't reverse it. And then even on the Saquon Barkley thing, he he hits his ankle, his finger gets caught in his sock, and Barkley trips because of it. And they say that it's a fumble. That was a horrendous call, Joey.
Trevon Walker. Yeah, Trevon Walker. Our boy.
You know what I'm doing. If I'm Howie, I'm in that locker room right now. Yeah, you're 2-7. Where are you going to go? Doug, you're probably getting fired tomorrow. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, you might as well trade Trevon Walker to us. But, I think they need a pass rusher, dude. I still think they need another edge.
100%.
You know, because especially in that game, that was that last drive before Dean catches the interception. That's Hassan Reddick coming. That's where Reddick gets you the big sack. It was like a 3rd and 13. That's where he gets you a sack where he strips and gets you a fumble. Like, you don't have that, and it clearly showed. Josh D, thank you for super chat, man. He goes, good team win. Don't want to see Avonte Maddox get another snap. Oh, I went off on Avonte Maddox, dude. It's probably going to be used against me because the guy doesn't see the field the whole game. Comes out and gets a pass interference call on 3rd and 10. Like, dude, what are you doing? Why is he on the field?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to play.
They aim for him as soon as he hit the field with him on Evan Ingram. You know how he is on big tight ends. Can't cover. I mean, he's a big liability if you throw him in a game like that. Now, I want to ask you this because is Fangio playing this passive defense in the second half? Or someone said that Nick's made the call up there for him to call this defense out like this in the second half is because this is a replay of what the Eagles did in 22. They'd have these big leads in the first half, take their foot off the gas in the second half. So is Nick have control over that? Because why? I mean, especially since all this crap is not going your way between the fourth down, between all the conversions you can't get, the points you're leaving off of the scoreboard, and that touchdown that was brought, the Saquon Barkley fumble that was brought back. Why are you still playing passive?
See, I think I don't know if it was Nick or not. I don't know. I think with Vic Fangio with this scheme, when you're up 22-0, he's not going to blitz. He's going to play off you and just let you take up time, throw the ball in front of him. You're just not going to give up the big play, the big touchdown, the quick, he's going to make you methodically go down, then try to tighten up in the red zone. That's what he wants to do. I hate it. I hate that defense. Like, I want to bring heat at times. When I'm like, feel teams like, dead in the water, like I want to finish them, but that we saw that same type of style with Gannon too, where it's like you get these leads and you don't want to do anything. You're not giving up the big plays, but you're allowing them to go down and score, points methodically down the field. I think what got whacked out about the whole thing was that they scored 14 points in 4 minutes,
right?
Something like that, in 40 seconds or something. That was the problem because that the first touchdown, it's like, okay, it's 22-7, I think it was, or 22-8, whatever it was. And it's like, okay, well, they only score one touchdown. But as soon as you give them that second touchdown, you brought them to life. I mean, they had 23 yards passing in the first half, dude. 23 yards in the first half.
Yeah, I think they had 31 yards of I think they had 31 yards of offense in the first half. I mean, that's all they had. I mean, you had your foot on their necks, but then obviously with all of these missed opportunities and then the bad referee call, it caught up to us. It just really caught up. So then this passive defense started giving up those really big chunk plays, like big wide open heavy zone chunk plays that they were finding. Pass rush was, like I said, like the pass rush. I feel like Vic was blitzing more. I think at the end of the fourth, he blitzed a couple times, but but still, why play like that the whole second half with a lead on top of a coach that's screwing up entirely? So
yeah, no, I hear you. And you got to give Jacoby Dean a huge shout out. That play, that catch, that interception, especially when so many of our guys dropped interception, that was such an important catch at the end, dude. That saved the game, dude. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Cat.
Oliver.
It was an important game. Roll Philly Dolphins. Dave Superchat goes, that fumble was the worst call I've ever seen. Yeah, we kind of agree. Lions fan, thank you for super chat. He goes, how bad is A.J. Brown's injury? I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything on A.J. Brown's injury?
Not yet.
I haven't heard anything. And we're probably not going to hear anything till at least tomorrow. But my guess is that we won't know till Tuesday or Wednesday. Just saying. I hope not, but that's probably what's going to happen.
It's crazy because even like A.J. Brown comes out of the game on top of the issues we're having, it's like, man, I feel like when A.J. leaves this offense, it's like they don't know what's opening up. They don't have anything designed for specific players. Jahan Dotson had one catch. Thank friggin' God they at least threw to him one time and had that big catch. That was his only catch of the day. But Devontae Smith was starting to disappear from this offense in this game until, man, he really just that one-hander in the back of the end. No, receivers aren't making that fucking catch. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I wouldn't like. I was like, I wouldn't even like celebrate. I was like, nah, he didn't catch that. There's no way he caught that. There's no way he got 2 feet in. I was like, oh my God, how did he make that catch? That was freaking ridiculous. And I'm going, it's 3rd and 20. I'm going, run the ball, just run a draw, kick the field goal, go up 2 points, 2 scores. I was like, nah, man, it was great. It was a great pass, great catch, and it was good to see him come on. It was good to see Dotson made a really good grab. Now, listen, spectacular plays happen under Kelly Green. I'm a true believer in that. I think you had 3 or 4 plays in this that could be plays of the year type plays.
Yeah.
So, it was really incredible. Now you got the whole situation coming up with Dallas, who lost again today. They're 3-5. They stink. I mean, they stink. But I don't know what's going to happen because A.J. Brown, if he can't play, like I'm telling you, I'm going to sit him probably. If he's like, what do I need him for Dallas? Dallas is 3-5. Washington's the game. Like that game, that Thursday night game versus Washington, you need him for that. That's for first place.
And it was close between the Giants and Commanders today too. It got a little close, as well in that game. But the thing is, it's like the Commanders are coached really well. They're not when it comes to specific plays, downage and then what makes sense to run and pass and do certain things. They're just smarter at doing that. And when the Eagles do this like they did tonight, they look average at best. And
right. No, I know. It's crazy. Steve B, thank you for super chat. He goes, I love Saquon, but Howie needs a call for a true running back, number 2 running back. Feels like the offense stalls many times when Saquon needs a break. Gainwell's trash. I agree. I think it's time to give Shipley a chance. And why not call Carolina for Miles Sanders or Hubbard or one of those guys? I mean, you saw how effective having the 2-headed monster with Jay Ajayi, well, actually 3-headed with Ajayi, Clement, and LeGarrette Blount in 2017. I think you need it. Listen, I'm actually open to getting a running back in here if they can get one. I don't think it would be a bad idea.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, yeah, I get it. I agree.
Let me try to catch up to this chat here. Wicked One, thank you for super chat. He goes, Joey called this when he said, don't sleep on this team, especially when the referees are trying to hose us. And Nick and his goofy his goofy-headed decisions.
Yeah, but I know it. But it's like if you go into this game, like if you want to be aggressive, be aggressive. I feel like you said, Philly. It's like he's trying to I'll show Doug how aggressive I can be. That's what it felt like. I don't know.
It does. It feels like it felt weird. Like it felt like he was really trying to artificially, really just go against the grain to do that. Freddie, thank you for the super chat. He goes, did Bryce Huff play? I don't remember seeing Bryce Huff at all. I'm not saying he didn't play. He probably did.
He did.
But he was not effective at all. Chris Kaufman, thank you for super chat. Does anyone else think Nick was trying to embarrass Doug and it backfires? Something was up. I feel like somebody mentioned that in my chat about Doug, maybe trying to impress. I think there's something to it. I kind of do. Khalif, thank you for super chat. Goes, I don't think we took our foot off the gas. The ref Sirianni had a huge part in keeping the Jags in the game. Yeah, the ref and Sirianni did. That's true. that call on Barkley was just bad. That's one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Like, I don't even understand how they could think that. Jordan, thank you for the super chat. He goes, the players, well, Nick stepping in on 2-point try and going for it, shaking my head. Nick ruins any rhythm we get. CJ Gardner-Johnson sucked this year. Bourne and Dean play well off each other with their different styles. I agree. I totally agree.
They do. They do.
I agree with you. Rolf Dogs, David Super Chat goes, AJ is our starting pitcher. Smitty is our closer. Smitty was great tonight, as always.
He was great.
Doug was talking about Nick's mom, and he got tight. What? You think? Is that what happened? Nick was having a measuring contest with Doug. He definitely seemed like it. Like, it was weird. I don't know. The whole thing was weird. Esteban Davis Super Chick was 500. Tiamo Eras Hombre.
Don't even read.
I don't know what the hell it means. Thank you for super chat. Tiamo Eras Hombre. I'm his homie from Gualapo. I don't know what. I'm sorry. I'm not good. I barely can speak English. Michael says, there are some defensive breakdowns in the second half to allow the Jags to march down the field, but still taking the win is Dean. Oh, yeah. Dean, I mean, like I said, Dean was huge and instrumental in that win. Now, that interception at the end, when nobody else can pick anything off, he comes up big.
Right.
You know? You do 500 usually be meat riding CJ Gardner-Johnson?
He was bad.
I mean, meat riding?
He was awful.
He was awful. He wasn't good today. I admit it. I admit he wasn't good. I didn't think he was good. But tomorrow the meat riding will commence. So look into that. Dean looked like A.J. Brown out there. That was such a great catch, dude. You know, my first thought was, okay, there's going to be a penalty. That is exactly what I thought. Penalty. It's coming. But it didn't. It didn't. You know, now Barkley, they said, what did he carry the ball? 27 times?
Yeah, I think so. Overall, yeah.
You can't sustain that, though. I mean, he's not going to be able to sustain that.
No, well, that's the thing. I think there was too much of it. There was times where he had to get out of the game to take a breather, or he was getting hurt a little bit at times. Even after that big play when he jumped backwards, he started to you can't give him that much. Like, there wasn't anything else behind him at running back that was productive. Gainwell did nothing. Gainwell's an average runner at best. He'll get the plays in a good rhythm behind Barkley, but there's nothing special about him that brings anything to this offense. There's not. So.
Nothing special. That dude's not special. That dude stinks. Sorry. He's a good average third down, third string running back. I think, you know, if you could add it, if you could upgrade that running back position so you can take some carries away from Barkley, like if you could get Miles back, I would do it, dude. I swear I would do it. I don't think it would be a bad idea. 500, did you see the video of Dak saying no, I didn't see that, but I believe it. Yo, Philly, what's good? What's good, Joey? What's happening, my man?
What's up, man?
So Dak is hurt, right? I don't know what his condition is next week versus us. And then you have CeeDee Lamb, who went back in there to basically get meaningful stats. Oh, excuse me.
I don't know. CeeDee had a shoulder, I think. I think he had a
shoulder. Yeah, Dak. They said hamstring, but if you looked at his hand was all bleeding and swollen. So I don't know if it was both things, you know. Nick, thank you for super chat. He goes, your reaction to Saquon Hurdle Fonte made my day. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. The Eagles have a goal, and I think the Eagles don't reach it until Nick is gone. I think it is they don't make the NFC Championship. Yeah, I mean, listen, the worst thing I would hate to see is the Eagles not make it further because their coaching lets them down. Again. Lemonario Williams, thank you for super chat. He goes, did you all hear the fans started to boo when we was fixing to go for it one time? I heard it in the game. You could hear it. And you knew people weren't happy with it because it just didn't make sense. Like, everybody knew the feel of the game. Like, Nah, you don't do that here. Why are you doing that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was a good game other than the coaching problems and the bullshit fumbles calls. I agree. What did you think about the offensive line play tonight?
It's had its moments. There was some there were times where Fred Johnson was getting help on his side with some chip blocks. I think it messed up the timing of Fred Johnson going after some of those blocks. But Fred Johnson had a little bit of a rough time. There were some offensive line penalties as well. Some drive killers today that put us back. I noticed that they were doing some different things offensively with, they threw a pass to Ben Van Simmeren. I know he's going to have a bigger role in this offense now from what was said this past week.
He caught a ball. Yeah.
Some of the plays, they had a couple of screen passes where they had an end around. I think a screen pass with Anaya Smith. I forgot when it was, the 3rd and 22 play, and they call a screen pass with Anaya Smith. The Anaya Smith thing, I don't know. I think I like that they're trying new things. Kellen Moore doesn't want to give up too much out of his playbook. Middle of the season, you want to save some things, at the end of the year and stuff in for the playoffs. So, they tried some new things, but offensive line-wise, they held up. I thought they held up just enough. Had some issues, but they held up.
Yeah. The one and only Ron Don Smith. What's up, Philly 500? Philly 500 is your favorite Kansas City Chiefs. What's up, 500? Is your favorite Kansas City Chiefs and the Cowboys? The Cowboys have Dak has an MCL tear, is what I heard from one of my friends that works for the Cowboys. Well, I don't know anything about it, but a tear like that, with that, how many weeks would that put him out if that's true? I don't know. But that would be a huge loss for them if they don't have Dak. That's for sure. And Van Zoomer got a concussion. Yeah, he did. He caught that one ball, and it was concussion time. I would make 2 moves running back at defensive end. I like that idea. I do. I actually like that. I think you've got to give Barkley some help. You can't have him carrying 27 times a week. You just can't do it.
No.
Fitness Roofer, thank you for super chat. He goes, last night I said it would be close. I knew it. Yeah, look, I thought we were sitting pretty, 22-0. I'm sitting back like, this is going to be easy. We just got to keep running the ball, work the clock. We're fine. Next thing you know, we're only up, 8 or not even 8. It was like, maybe it was 8. I forget what it was, but 6. We're up 6. Yeah. It's like, what the frig is going on? It's crazy. 500, I love you. Well, thank you, Major Pin. Love you too. Brian Pumper, my man, here he is. We'll see what you have to say. Thank you so much. He goes, there's something about Nick. I hate this cannoli. Thank you for the super chat. There is something about him, dude. There's something about him. I just think I think he's better off when he shaves his head. The hair starts to come back after a couple weeks. And he starts to lose his mind again. Seriously, something's wrong with him, dude.
I'm hoping.
We got 11. We got 11. Go ahead.
No, I'm hoping this is just I'm hoping that he just took advantage of the situation because he thought it was an easy team that he was going to beat today, and he just decided to take a little bit more control today. That's what I'm hoping that. I don't trust it because if this is like a thing where every couple games he's going to do this. He's been pretty good the last couple of weeks, but now this was just over the fucking top. I just hope it doesn't. This is a very important week. These are division rival games. These are very important, especially that one on Thursday night versus Washington is going to be really important. So,
that like I'm saying, I'm not playing if I have guys banged up like AJ Brown. No, the Dallas game, you could sit the Dallas game. We'll be all right with that, but we need you ready for that Washington game because that's going to be the big game.
True.
No doubt about it. Let's see here. We smoking that cigar tonight. Thanks to Dean. Absolutely. I love what Dean's doing, man. I love what Dean and Vaughn. I think they've been great. Mina says they're running Barkley into the ground. That's what I'm concerned about now because now we're getting, towards the halfway part of the year, and he's on pace, they said, for 500 carries. That's way too much. It's got to come down. significantly. I think getting another running back makes a lot of sense for the Eagles, dude. I mean, maybe you could bring back Miles, or like what about Hubbard or Miles, one of those guys? Like bring somebody back that's better than Gainwell, because Gainwell's not good enough.
Yeah.
Alex's need a pass rusher. I think a pass rusher would single-handedly be the biggest move you can make. That would be my number one move. Like that's a big, big move. But secondly, to save Barkley and preserve him and not overuse him, I think you got to look at going out and trying to get another running back.
But it's like they had to use, and that's the problem when you get in these situations. That's unfortunately, it was just one of those games where you really don't want to push him too hard on his body today, but they really had no choice because nobody else was doing anything. But they didn't put Shipley out there either. So,
No. The Lord's Grace, thank you for the super chat. He goes, it's about time they went back to 22. The only way it's Hurts can win. No A.J. Brown, he's in trouble. Thank you for super chat. I mean, I think he'll be all right. But, we'll see. Esteban Davis super chat goes, Joey, what are you always chewing on, buddy?
Deep.
It's candy. We need Sirianni to keep a distraction away from the players. I think he's intentional. I don't know. I felt like Sirianni, like, I really was wondering, is he like trying to show off in front of Doug? You know what I mean? Like, what was going on with him? Philly, that means you likes to global glizzies? What you said? I did? What did I say? When did I say I like glizzies?
I don't even know.
I actually don't like hot dogs. I'll eat a hot dog. Like, if it's on a barbecue, I'll have one. But other than that, dude, like, if you said hot dog or hamburger, I would take a hamburger every time. And it's not even. I'm not a big hot dog guy.
Interesting.
Not like Mark, like glizzy down the throat, bump, glizzy down the throat. I can't do it. Washington is Dallas is next week. We have Dallas next week. Then we have Washington on Thursday night. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not playing A.J. Brown. I'm probably sitting A.J. Brown versus Dallas. And that's it. Because I can't afford to lose that Washington game. That Washington game is going to be about the division because you got Washington towards the end of the year in Washington. But, like, that gives you a big tiebreaker over them going forward, early in the year. Gainwell is cheap, not bad. Yeah, I mean, he is what he is. It's not – I just think when you look at second running backs, I don't think he's a solid second. I think he's a good third in the depth chart running back. That's where I think he is. 500. I want Maddox launched into the sun with. Oh my God, Maddox. Yeah, Maddox, dude. I'm sorry. I don't think he was great. I mean, he comes right out. The first thing he does, pass interference. It's like, what
about Cooper DeJean? Cooper DeJean today on some of the fake QB sneak from that resulted in a pass stop there and had some sticky coverage on the third down.
Yeah, stud. He's a stud. He reads the play very, very well. It's like even there was a play. It was a third and 16, third and 15, and Isaiah Rodgers was way too off of his man, and they got it first. But DeJean, if you start watching a play before they even throw the ball, he sees what's going on there, and he's trying to get over there in time. He knew what's going on. Like, he's a very smart player. I think he's the real deal, man. I think him and Quinion are the real deal. I do. But it would be nice if they could get interceptions, though. Yeah, Splendid's talking about the play on Isaiah Rodgers. 500. I want the match. Oh, I read that. Where's the one with? Oh, here you go. 500. Isaiah Rodgers played that. That was horrible. Yeah. You know what play we're talking about? He was way too off, dude. Way too off. Young boy says CJ needs to regain himself. We need coverage. Why is there always so much separation between him and the receiver? I agree. my guess is this. Here's my guess. That when you look at Fangio, what he wants to do, he doesn't care what, not on the same level. He doesn't care if you guys are in front of you. He just doesn't want guys getting behind you. So I think with CJ, I think he takes way deeper drops than as safety sometimes, because they don't want to give up the big play. So you'll see a lot of things underneath, and that's why I think so. I think they care, but they don't care what happens between the 20, dude. It's what you do from the 20 in that red zone. You know what I mean?
No, and you sit there and react too. When you sit there and you have someone running 100% speed at you, and you're reacting off the break of the route, and they're going to have the separation on you 9 out of 10 times. You're not going to get that. But as long as, I guess, you're saying like, as long as they're in front of you, it could be 5 yards. It doesn't matter how they want to keep everything inside, waste time on the clock, time of possession, and and then play tighter once they get to red zone D.
Right. They don't want that 40-yard bomb where a guy is open and scores a quick touchdown. They're not going to get. I mean, how many of those have you seen this year? You don't see those. They're always ready. And I think that has something to do with it. I also think that he's just not playing his best football right now. He's not. But as what they say, I ride CJ Gardner. I'm staying with CJ. CJ is going to be just fine, and his days will come. He will make his turnovers. He will get his plays, and he's going to turn out to be really important for us. What did you think of? Because I saw some people complaining about Reed Blankenship. I think Reed does a great job in the run game. I think he does a good job tackling, but I do worry about his pass coverage skills, Joey. I do. I really do.
Yeah, I didn't really hear his name too much today. He made a couple good tackles against the run today, but what?
Cooper DeJean is a real fucking deal.
You want him at safety, don't you? You want him at safety.
I do. I acknowledge that you can't take him out of that slot now, but man, I just think that kid, like, he's very smart, and he's very athletic, and he's very fast, and he's a good tackler, and I just think that if you use him right with a defensive coordinator, like if you gave Jim Johnson him, he would be one of the best safeties in the league year in, year out. If you gave Bill Belichick him, he would use him as talent. I think the kid's so talented, and I think Quinyon Mitchell is just as talented. I just think Quinyon Mitchell is much more made for that outside corner, shut down your best receiver type guy. I think DeJean is a guy that because you have Quinyon who's that good, you can take advantage of him all over the place. So 1 week down the road, a few years, Cooper DeJean needs to play against the top tight end. Boom, put him on there. DeJean needs to play slot. All right, DeJean needs to be like, you got to use him like a Swiss Army knife. Dude, look at the guy blitzing. The guy blitzes like a safety, not like a cornerback.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we're great.
I love the kid. Private says, Philly and Joey, since Jacksonville lost, do you think they'll start to sell even though they were still in the game? I don't know, but I had fantasies that we were going to see, like, when it was 22-0, I was going to see Howie Roseman walking over across, like, the back of the end zone, back over the Jacksonville sideline, start negotiating, and then hand a hat, and it was going to go to Trevon Walker, and he was going to put an Eagles hat on, and then he would have to come running across the field at, like, between play, like something like that. That would have been awesome.
Right.
G5900, they were super chat. He goes, Maddox and a 6 for Mostert and Zach Moss. Joey slept with my mother. What's a Philly Shakedown podcast without a Joey reference?
Can we stick to Eagles football? Damn.
You hear that? G5900, thank you for super chat. He goes, how about Pawn? What would it take for a wrench? You'd have to admit that Joey didn't sleep. No, I don't know. You just keep coming. Here, pause. No,
just keep coming over here.
Just keep showing up. Let us get to know who you are and stuff. The guys who we give the wrenches to, usually guys that we know are going to be here. I tried and tried. Tony Holmes, my man, goes, that fake the fake tush push at the time had me livid. Yeah, it was I don't know. It was too fancy. And then there was a 4th and inches, right? Where they run a play action fake. And why would you run that? And Barkley was covered coming out. And it was it was 4th and that's where you do the push tush. Because all you need is an inch. Right? You're not doing it from the 1 yard line. You only need an inch. And it was they should have kicked the field goal there personally. But somebody said, tight end was open. I don't know if the tight end was open or not. I have to see it again. But it doesn't matter to me. It was a bad call.
That was my breaking point. Because of all those missed opportunities on the 2-point conversions and field goals that you could have put more points on the board, that 4th and inches, that play action fake was my breaking point, blood boiling of now everything added up to that moment. Horrible play call. Horrible.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Lee Bundy, thank you for the super chat. He goes, quote, if Howie fired Nick Monday, would you be mad? No. I would not. I'm just going to keep it honest. I wouldn't.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think, I think there's 2 parts to that. I think one flip of the coin, it'd be great. I think, the other flip of the coin on top of it is if you fire him, I don't know. Is it going to fracture your roster? Are people going to be
well, that's the problem.
Outs?
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's not going to fix anything. But
yeah, that's the problem is that you can't. The players want them. You can't do it. Bobby Davis super chat. Home run on draft picks this year. Nick has to go. Thank you so much. Here you go. This is going to be an interesting one. I want to hit this one. I love this. Holy crap, Philly Sports is like Colt protecting Sirianni. You criticize them in their chat, and 15 apologists come running to make stuff personal. Oh, really? I totally missed that. I didn't know anybody was running to protect them. I mean, I get it. I guess I get it in the comments. I'm assuming we'll get it in the comments tonight. But you just got to keep it real. I mean, listen. I acknowledge that the players like him. I acknowledge certain things like that. But you got to acknowledge that his feel for the game sucks. That he does things unnecessarily sometimes, almost like he tries too hard. He doesn't have a feel for the game. I don't think that's a unfair criticism of him, dude. I don't.
No. This was the most aggressive game he's coached this year. I can't really compare it to any other game, but this has got to be the most aggressive game he's had his hands all over, every single series, and it's not good.
Yeah. Donovan, thank you for the super chat. So Vontae Maddox is ass. CJ Gardner-Johnson is ass. Trade Maddox and Goddard for something. AJ has an MCL sprain, probably a few weeks avoiding IR. AC was an MCL sprain. See, MCL sprain could be a few weeks, yeah, because that tends to heal, I think, faster than an ACL. Maybe he'll be back. I don't know. Maybe he'll be back for Washington, maybe, or maybe that's me hoping. But he's definitely not playing versus Dallas if that's the case. Mm-hmm. No question about it. Damn, I like that. That Washington game's going to be humongous.
I know.
How mad Mark Holmes could be so mad this week because he's thinking about Eagles Dallas. And I'm thinking frig Dallas. We got to worry about Washington. That's the game.
How can I trust this offense without AJ Brown in it? Even if he doesn't play for the Cowboys game, going to a big game on Thursday night, it's they don't drop any plays for these other guys. Johnny Wilson had a touchdown today, but it was an OPI. Unfortunately, it sucked. Sirianni kind of looked at it and was like, okay, whatever. But they have to be more creative with I don't know. It's either a chemistry thing with Hurts and these other receivers. Like Campbell's not here anymore. Dotson had one catch. Johnny Wilson had one catch. Like these other guys. I mean, how are you going to run this offense? You're just going to run the whole time. You're going to put Barkley into the ground. Like how are you going to run? How are you going to do it on Thursday night? Without AJ Brown.
Yeah.
So,
well, mate, listen, dude. I'm telling you, the more I think about it, the more I think they may go out and get a running back. I know that's crazy, but the one position that is really easy to make the transition to, coming off of a trade, look at Jay Ajayi, how fast he impacted the Eagles, is a running back. If Miles, if you went and got Miles Sanders, you could take some of that load off Barkley, because that's what you got to do. It's about preserving Barkley. You are a run. I'm sorry, I don't care how they want to say it, but the running game is your primarily. It's your bread and butter. The touchdown pass, well, not the bomb to Devontae Smith, that was because of the play action fake on Barkley. Look how they bid on it. That's what opened up everything. You can't give Barkley 27 carries every week. What do you have? 22 versus the Giants. He comes out and has 27 this week. Something like 27 touches. I don't know what the exact amount of carries were, but he had a lot of yards, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. He could have had 2 or 3 more touchdowns. But I think you have to. I really think running back makes a lot of sense, dude.
I agree.
It makes a lot of sense to go. And if you got Miles has some familiarity with what you do, a little bit. I know you go with more changes thing, but he could come in and be the second running back, and then Gainwell could be your third. I really like that idea, to be honest. And even if you went and got Hubbard, a little bit more physical. But I think you have to do something like that. VJ, I remember for 38 months, he goes, do we finally leave Nakobe Dean alone now? Yes. I yelled and screamed, no more Sills, no more talk about Dean, because Dean has been good for weeks and weeks, and he just won us that game, dude. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about Dean. Dean is him. Dean and Bond are great. Trotter, I think he's going to be good in the future. We're good. Khalif, David Super Chat, he goes, honestly, I want Sirianni, but at a reduced role. I still think he gives us swagger, and our guys will stand with him. Yeah, I think they will too. I agree with you. I just be a little smarter. Like, just wish he had a better feel for the game.
Sure.
There are plays where they're going for it. You can feel it. They're not going to get this. They're not getting this. And you just can feel it. Donovan, David Super Chat goes, Splendid at 4. They would not let him run sprints after halftime if he had an ACL. He passed the Lackman test on the sideline. I'm an expert in field. Who are we talking about? Somebody ACL? I guess AJ?
Maybe, yeah.
The way he walked off the field, I don't know. I've torn my ACL, MCL. I tore both at the same time before. I spent like a while, a couple weeks before it was even diagnosed, and the MCL I could deal with, but the ACL, if I put any weight, I would just fall. I would just fall over. Like I couldn't do anything. I think that's way harder to deal with. Zay Boogie, thank you for the super chat. He goes, that throw by Hurts and catch Devontae Smith made my jaw dislocate on my face. You would then think I cried because of the pain I was in, but I cried because of the replay showing it slow motion. Legit poetry motion. It was. It was such a good catch that I was like, nah, he didn't get that. Like, I didn't want to celebrate because I'm like, there's no way he got both feet in on that. And he did. He did. It was amazing. And the pass was perfect. And it was just absolutely fantastic. And like I said during my stream, exceptional greatness happens in Kelly Green. You got the Randall Cunningham play back with Buffalo. You got all his plays. The Barkley plays a Randall-esque type play. And then you have the play with Devontae Smith. It was amazing. It really was. And thank you, Zay Boogie, for that super chat. Father, thank you for super chat, because Nick couldn't switch it from push to field goal. He could have. He didn't want to. Antonio Holmes says, for all who were talking about Hurts not throwing across the middle, flats, etc., he was dropping dimes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought. Listen,
Yeah.
I mean, I had some people blaming Hurts in my chat, and I'm like, I don't know how you can blame Hurts when Barkley with the fumble he picks it up. It had nothing to do with Hurts.
Oh, yeah. People, Eagle fans want to point the finger. That's what happened at mine as well. People, especially after that fumble that Barkley had, that was a horrible play by the refs. Everybody was trying to point the finger at everybody else. That hurts. And that, we should have did this. Yeah, that was just a play of itself. That was just a really, really bad call. It was a horrible call. I mean, it had nothing to do with anybody else. So
nothing.
No.
Nicholas says Devontae Smith's catch needs to be Sports Center top. Oh, it needs to be one of those ESPY. The two best catches this year were Thursday night Jets of Garrett Wilson and then Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And then the best play of the year, I don't care. Barkley jumping backwards. Like, dude, that is ridiculous. I flipped out, dude. I flipped out. I'm telling you, you're going to see it this week. Shades of Randall Cunningham with versus Buffalo. That's what it reminded me of. But it was actually more impressive because he jumped over the guy. Jordan Keeler, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, reunite Barkley and Sanders. Barkley has 925 yards.
Damn, dude.
Dude, remember when we signed it, people were saying Barkley stinks. He's not that good. He's shot. What do you want him? Remember the lead up, like before free agency, and I brought up the notion that Barkley is a possibility, and people were so mad. But all you have to do is listen to Howie Roseman, what he thinks about certain running backs, and you knew it was possible. Barkley, I said he would be like McCaffrey was to the Niners. He's bigger than he's
beyond
that.
Beyond that.
Way beyond that.
Generational.
Yeah. It is
generational.
Yeah. But I started just, dude, I had Giant fans getting pissed because I was like, thank you, you morons. Thank you for giving us a guy that talented.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was a Giant fan, I'd feel sick, dude. I'd be watching that and be like, oh, God, no. No, please, no. Jordan Keeler, thank you for Super Chat. Reunite Barkley Sanders. I read that. Yeah. Listen, why not? I'm curious, people in the chat. Would you consider a running back? I mean, I think with the style of play we're playing, you got to get Barkley some help, Joey. It's too much of a drop off between Barkley and Gainwell. Yeah. And I also think Shipley needs an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, and I know I'm not the biggest Gainwell fan, and people know that. But I'm not trying to trash him. I'm not. But I just think it's fair to say he's not a legit number 2 running back. What was his average tonight? Like somebody said 2 yards a carry.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's necessarily not like who Gainwell is. Like it's not about Gainwell. It's about how the Eagles view him as the second back in this rotation. Like that's, like you said, it's a huge drop off because it's another running back that Gainwell is not a dual threat. He can't go off he can, and the Eagles have tried that. They did it last year a lot, giving Gainwell more opportunities in the passing game than DeAndre Swift. But there is a drop off there. But sitting Will Shipley this long, I mean, come on now. It's going to be time again and again. They got to do something with him. But make a trade. Barkley, you could do it.
It's like Barkley gets a ball, boom, 7 yards, 8 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Gainwell comes on. It's like runs, boom, stops. Like like an invisible force. It's like Star Wars. It's like some Jedi trip. The defense is like firing him back, like he's running, right. It's like he's going backwards. Dude, somebody's using the force on him. That's some Jedi mind trick shit on Gainwell. It's true. Isaac, thank you for Super Chat, my man. He goes, we need to trade for Walker. Hope Howie was seeing. Yeah, I mean, Walker's a good player, man. Walker, even that, they got some good pass rushers in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
would they be willing to do? Would they be willing to part with one of those guys? Even the other guy. What was the other guy's name? Damn it, hyphen guy. He had 3 sacks today.
Yeah, well, I think second and third down, like they played a lot of prevent too because they didn't want to give up the big play, which made Hurts hold on to the ball a lot longer today. So, couldn't pick his. And they played a lot of heavy zone today. A lot of heavy zone. They want to give up that big play today. So,
yeah. Well, here's the thing. And Sirianni was looking at it, going, "All right, we see the defense ranking and the analytics tell you this and that, right? They're ranked 30 and 31st in pass defense." Nick was like, all right, well, we could do a lot of the plays I like. This is perfect for me this week. That was what he was thinking. But, you got to remember, Jacksonville's thinking we're 30 and 31 on pass defense. They're going to come. This is where they're going to attack us. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's just too simple-minded sometimes for me. I don't know. I want to like Nick. I do. I want to like, because there's part of me that likes Nick. I like the yelling and the brashness. I did, like, people got pissed off at him yelling at the Kansas City fans. That didn't bother me. I like the attitude, the swagger. I don't mind being considered the bad guys. Like, none of that bothers me. But like, I can't I just can't understand the decision making. Just drives me up a wall. It does.
Yeah, well, you got to back.
I don't understand it.
You got to back it up though. Like you can't, like you're make yourself look stupid after a while. Where if you're on a losing streak or something like that, and like he starts doing that, that ego pops out, and then it makes himself look bad. I think there's times where he has to control it, and there's times where like he can unleash it, and
I mean, like when you're up 6 and you can make it a 2-score game. Why would you forego that opportunity to do that in the fourth quarter? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Things like that. Fabio Davis Super Chat goes, Vic's defense got softer after halftime. Yeah, I think that they found some rhythm and they kind of got going, and that's just kind of, how football is. When a team starts to get rolling, sometimes that snowball, it doesn't matter what the defense does. It's just the way it is. And I also think that those are the instances, that situation, how they started to get rolling, that's the instances where you need a Reddick. Okay, that's where Hassan Reddick comes in, because Hassan Reddick is that guy that takes that momentum and stops it. And that's what you're missing right now. If I could make 2 moves at the deadline, it would be a running back and a pass rusher.
Apparently, there's a few names I forgot. I know there's one from the Giants. There's a few edge rushers that are on the trade block right now. So Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern is the deadline. And we'll see if they I can't see them making multiple moves, maybe, but it depends on what these teams, it's fleece season. Like, they're going to try to fleece teams for a little bit better, for more picks. And
it's
depending on who it is.
It's going to be interesting. Lucas, thank you for the super chat. Goes, trade Gainwell and a 7th for Sanders and fire Nick. I would keep Gainwell, actually, because I think you need 3 running backs, maybe 4. So I would even keep him. I just would use him as the 3rd running back. T. Patrick, thank you for the super chat. Goes, any running back would be injured running in New York with 0 line and no receivers. Barkley's loving life in Philly. Go Birds. It is, because it's the first time he could ever really show his talent. He never had anything. And I used to say this, like a lot. Like, Barkley was everything for the Giants. They go to the playoffs that year. They beat Minnesota. Barkley's the one that took him there. Everybody wanted to act like it was Daniel Jones. Give Daniel Jones 3 years. No, it was Barkley. Barkley has done a tremendous amount of stuff with no talent. Now, you put talent around him, he looks like if Barkley played his whole career in Philly, he would have already been a Hall of Famer, Joe.
If he was in Philly this whole time, he would be. Forget it.
But the thing is Barkley, you can't. You need him for another 3-4 years. Like, you can't use him up in 2 years. Right. That's what I don't want them to do. So I agree with T. Patrick. Put Gainwell and Barkley in. They did do that. They did do that, actually. And I wouldn't mind seeing, like, Gainwell line up in the slot and Barkley out there or something like that, Bobby, David Super Check is Nick's play calling rock, paper, scissors, Madden games, right? I hear you. It's like crazy. Legendary pass rush 2 years ago hid the soft scheme we run with a lead. Lack of quarterback pressure nullifies Fangio's defense. It did. It did. How many times that you think about 2 years ago when we were giving up leads, remember? How many times did that defensive line and that pass rush end whatever hopes team had because they would sack, force a fumble? I really think in those last 2 drives, Nakobe Dean made a fantastic play. But, like, that's where you need that's where Hassan Reddick, that's where he's great at in those situations to close out a game. You don't have a closer at pass rush, you know?
Yeah, he looked good on Thursday night. I mean, he looked like he didn't miss a beat, really. He looked good.
Yeah. Agreed. XO says, Sirianni puts trouble situations, leaving points on the field with his stupid, idiotic decisions. To go for 2, take an extra point, we're ahead. Then you put Jake out there cold for 57-yarder. I know. And you're only down 6, right? And you were down 6. And you could have extended that lead to, what, 9 or something? But you didn't. You chose to go for it on the drive or series before, something like that, and you don't get it on 4th down. And you could have kicked it like a 45-yarder, 47-yarder. This team wins in spite of Nick Sirianni. They do. You know, one play I want to talk about with Barkley, though. Like, I was so, like, when I thought, like, it looked like we were going to lose that game. I was feeling so bad for Barkley. That one run where he slides. Did you see that play? It was like a 2nd down play, 3rd down
smart.
play.
That was smart. Yeah.
But it was not smart because he needed to get another 4 yards to get the 1st down. Like, he slid trying to be smart, but he was like 3 yards short. Like, I think he lost where he was and where the 1st down marker was because he makes a play, and then he slides, but then it's like 3rd down stuff.
Yeah, but I think he knew.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if he holds up and keeps running, he gets 3-4 more yards. He gets a 1st down, the game's over.
Well, maybe he thought he was going to make the 1st down. Maybe he thought he was going to get pushed out, but maybe he saw somebody coming that he thought he was going to get pushed out before an inch before the 1st down marker. Maybe that was the case. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
that's why.
When he looked up, he looked at the sideline, and you could see he did something with his eyes. Like, I think he actually thought he passed the 1st down marker. But I was like, oh, Barkley's going to get blamed for this loss now. I was like, no, poor guy. But he's got to be a little more aware of things like that, though. Low Eagles says, yo, this game is crazy. It is, Low Eagles. Nice thumbnail.
About time someone else
Jordan. Yeah, right. Oh, man, dude, you don't see it. Like, I must have 5 or 6 guys with Joey Shakes thumbnails. It's hilarious. It's funny.
Yeah.
Jordan Keeler, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Huff with 6 snaps, says it all.
He had 6 snaps. He had 6 snaps tonight? Really?
Oh, my God.
Damn.
I didn't see him the whole game. That's bad. Did he leave because of injury or was
no?
I mean, you're just not getting anything from him. Darth Raven, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, I'm so happy Dotson got that 36-yard pass. They need to use him a lot more. Oh my God, that was such a great catch. It was a great catch. It was. Yeah. Seeing Dotson be used more is nice. Used at all. But, you know, AJ's not playing next week. We know that. And so, you know, I don't know, man. I think this Cowboys game, you know, like if you want to talk about overlooking a game, I know it's the Cowboys and you think, oh, they don't overlook game, but they're going to be looking at that Washington game on Thursday night. And they're going to be trying to think of how are we going to get our guys ready to play Thursday on a short week that are a little banged up. And that's what they're going to be thinking. And what do you do to beat Dallas? You run the ball. So what are you going to use? Barkley 30 times next week again? You can't. And then you have to play. You want Barkley well rested. See, dude, I'm telling you, the move is to trade for a running back. Trade for a running back and get like Miles back here or Hubbard or somebody, and then let him take snaps right away like you did with Jay Ajayi and let him play because you need help. We really need Shipley we need one of those running backs to step up and take some stuff off of Barkley. Really. Bobby, thank you for super chat. He goes, you should make a Smitty Iron Man shirt. Best player I know. I love Smitty. Such a great player.
We'll update.
And here's a guy that does not get a pass like the whole half. They didn't even throw his way. Never complains, never is crying, never does anything, just continues to play until his time comes. I love him. He's my favorite player on the Eagles. Gangrene David, thank you for super chat. He goes, still have no faith in my team. Good win though. Yeah, you guys, Jets are the Jets, man. Jets are the Jets. I'll tell you that. That Wilson catch though. Garrett
Wilson's a good player. Garrett Wilson's a good player. He's a great player.
Great Wilson. Yeah, good player. Yeah. John M. David super chat almost gave me a heart attack, but we won and Dallas lost. That is a great day. Go Birds. Fantastic day. Yeah, I think Jordan Howard is retired. Kamara and Barkley. I didn't even think about Kamara. Could you imagine that? That would be shit your pants time for people.
Yeah, he just resigned.
That's for sure.
I think he just resigned.
But they are shopping him, though. They are. Splendid says 500. There is no news on Brown's injury. Sirianni didn't give any information. Don't listen to these TV doctors. All right. Yeah, I won't listen to him. I'll wait and hear, and see what it is. Like I said, I mean, the one thing I can tell you is it didn't look like him walking with a limp. So, hopefully he's okay. But you don't know. I mean, like I said, I had a torn ACL and MCL, and I was able to walk around for like 2 months. It was like 2 months on it. If I bent the knee or leaned a certain way, it would give out, and I would like fall over. But just straight up walking, I could do it if need be. 500 Barkley stopped so Dean could get the interception. And it's in this. Oh, it was a script. Let me check what page. Here, let me check. Oh yeah. You're right. No, I forgot. Page 76. Paragraph 3, sentence 4. Saquon Barkley could run it out, but will slide. And then 7 plays later, Kobe Dean will go up and interception with 2 hands. Interesting. You're right. You're right. Save AJ and run Barkley on that non-existent run D on Dallas if AJ isn't ready. I think they're going to have to. But the question I have is, let me see this. I just want to take a real quick look. I just wonder, like, and I'm bringing this up now because the trade deadline is coming, and it's not here yet. But I know people, we haven't talked a lot about it. It's been mentioned, but I'm really thinking, man, maybe you should go out and try to get another running back in here, just to help take some just to take some workload off of Barkley. You got to try to preserve him, right? Here you go, Barkley, 27 carries, Joey, 159 yards. He also had 3 catches for 40 yards. So he touched the ball 30 times. Last week he had the ball. He had 22 carries. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's getting that's a lot of touches every week
already. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's time to give Shipley a chance. And I also think if you can bring in Miles Sanders back, a Hubbard back, any of those guys, if you can get one of those running backs, I think you do it. I think you do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying become like, run the ball 60% of the time. You're still going to do what you do offensively. It's just be nice if you could give Barkley, you could sort of save him. And you get to the playoffs, okay, 27 times you have to give him the ball. Okay, I get it. But you got to preserve him.
Yeah.
Bobby, thank you for super chat. Joey, what was your Halloween costume this year?
I wasn't anything actually, because I was building stuff and doing stuff. I had a busy night, so I didn't dress up this year, unfortunately. Next year I will.
Yeah, there you go. Phil Long, thank you for super chat, my man. I apologize for missing it. That backwards hurdle was the most beautiful. Oh my God. It was one of the most amazing things. Really, it really, really was. To me, like I said, shades of Randall Cunningham and versus Buffalo. Listen, the Eagles, crazy things happen. Amazing plays happen in Kelly Green. Dude, I did a poll, by the way, and I forgot to announce the poll at the end of my stream. 75% of the people want Kelly Green to be the main home jersey, dude.
I don't.
They want it. You think about it, you look at the stadium. Most of the people in there are wearing Kelly Green. They're not wearing midnight green.
A lot of games are
I'm telling you,
wearing
Kelly Green. Yeah. Chris Kaufman Jr., David Super Chicken. Barkley has over 900 yards rushing. Get Sanders. I agree. Agreed, Chris. John M. David Super Chicken. Sign Bond to an extension immediately. I can't stress this enough. Sign him. He's a stud, dude. He's a stud. I mean, dude, first two series has got an interception, 6 tackles, right off the start of the game. It's crazy.
He's all over the place.
Yeah. Purified member for 10 months says, "Let's go, Philly 6-2. 6-2 should be 7-1.
True
But
that.
we'll take it." Wicked One, David Super Chaco. There were reports that Huff hand was bothering him during warmups and why his snaps were limited.
Oh,
Well, that makes sense, I guess. We're going to need him, though. We're going to need him. It's going to get interesting the next few days because now you got some injuries like the Brown injury. The Barkley's getting 27 carries a game. I think he might try some stuff. It's going to be interesting to see how he thinks.
Right.
T. Patrick says, "Philly, my boy Philly must have stole my hat while I was performing matrimonial duties." Yeah, dude, we got the same hat. That's what it is. We think alike. That's for sure. The ground caused a fumble after he was down by contact. It should have been no. Oh, it was horrible.
I get it.
I don't understand how that review ever would be. I don't understand how they didn't see that. Did they not have the right camera angle or something? Easy says it's crazy to say that we could have played better, even with 9 points held back by the refs and Nick. I know. I mean that's why I think this team's so talented. Right now, Detroit, dude, they leveled Green Bay. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best. They're the best team in football right now. I mean, I think if we're being honest, you got to call them the best team in football. And I think NFC Championships, Eagles, and the Detroit Lions. I believe that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Is there anything else, man, before we get out of here you want to talk about? We're over an hour in, and I know you probably got video to do. I still got to go do a cigar video and all that. This game looks like a shit fest, by the way. This Vikings Colts game. It looks like mistake after mistake for these teams.
Yeah. So I want to announce one thing. So people message me. I didn't talk to Philly about this as of this morning, but few people messaging on the Philly Shakedown website, the clothing merch site. It is down right now. Our friend over in Florida, he is going through some stuff, and we're just he's going through some personal things right now. So we're just taking a little hiatus, a little break, let him regain himself. And he's just going through a crazy time. So we stopped with the clothing for a little bit, but we should be back.
We wanted to make sure that, you order it, you're not waiting too long for it or, stuff. We didn't know when it would be able to get to you. So we didn't think it was really fair, to have it open. And that's kind of why.
Right.
But, we'll see. Hopefully soon. Nicholas Davis Super Chat goes, "Don't let Maddox play. Why was he in there no more?" I know. We talked about that earlier. It doesn't make any sense. Maddox killed us. As soon as he comes in, they go right at him. That's what I would do. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it, guys, for us. I think we're going to get out of here. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful night. What do you got? You got anything tonight or tomorrow? What
Yeah, just
What do
have
you got?
videos, same as usual, videos, content, same thing. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna probably wait. I'm gonna take a little break for like an hour or two, and then I'm gonna go do my cigar video, and then that should be up late tonight for you guys. I know a lot of you guys like listening to it while they're going to work, so it'll be up
yeah,
tonight. But with that guy said, I think we're gonna get out of here. Eagles 6-2 at the end of the day. They did it. They did what they had to do. And now it's Howie's time, man. This is Howie's time to shine. I think he's got some tough decisions to make, and I think he really needs to consider getting a running back. I know that that's not been a popular thought, but I mean, I just don't see how you can keep using Barkley that much. You know?
I agree. Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, guys. Well, with that, we out of here. You guys take care, and don't forget the Cowboys lost, so it's an even better day. With that said, we gone. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott!
Trying to feed him
Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.